Hello and welcome back to another episode on my channel. My name is Celeste and I am your host and certified life coach. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, I would like to take a moment just to say a huge thank you to all of you. The kindness and support that you are all showing for me on this channel has really made it possible for me to carry on making these videos every week. So today we're diving into the topic of mental resilience, something that's become increasingly important with the current chaotic state of the world we're living in. With everything that is going on in the world at the moment, it's become more important than ever for us to work on our mental resilience. But what exactly is mental resilience, and how do you build it to not only survive in uncertain times, but to actually thrive? So let's start with the basics. What is mental resilience? Simply put, mental resilience is the ability to bounce back quickly from adversity, to recover quickly from difficulties, and to maintain a stable mental state when facing challenges. It's not about somehow developing a magic skill to avoid difficulties and challenges in life. Instead, it's the complete opposite. It's developing the skill to thrive and overcome challenges and difficulties when they do arise. As I've said before, challenges do come in life, and there's often very little we can do to stop them from coming at us. So our mental resilience is what allows us to face them head on. We're living in a really strange time where the amount of information that's being put out on the internet, and in the age of hashtags, keywords, SEO, or also known as search engine optimization, words actually lose their meaning. We see words being thrown around, but don't actually stop to think what the word means for us in our lives. And one of these words that has become a bit of a buzzword on the internet is resilience. Resilience is really not just a buzzword or a flavor of the week. There's been a lot of research done. If you head over to Google Scholar, for example, and type in resilience, you can see all the different domains that research has been done in. Resilience has been linked to career success, personal goal attainment. It's been researched within the field of sports psychology. The list goes on and on. So the point I'm trying to make here is this word holds a lot of power in your ability to succeed in life. It's important to understand what resilience is and how we can develop it. Resilience is a dynamic process, and it's not something that you simply have or you don't have. It can be intentionally worked on and developed over time. This means that no matter where we're starting from, every one of us has the potential to build and strengthen our mental resilience over time. Think of resilience as a muscle. The same as one would go to the gym to train and build that muscle over time, the same can be said for resilience. The more you work on it, the more you can build it, and the stronger it will become over time. Another great thing about practicing and using those resilience muscles as often as possible is it will become easier over time for you to call upon your resilience when you need it. Now that we have a basic idea of what resilience is, and we know that it can be built and worked on over time, let's take a look at some of the strategies that we can use in order to build and strengthen our resilience. The first and one of the easiest strategies to implement is to practice mindfulness in your everyday life. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment. It requires you to be fully aware of the moment that you're in, but not being overly reactive or overwhelmed by the situation. It allows you to take pause and not allow your automatic reactions to take over. You may hear many times people advising that you count to 3 before you respond or react to something, and that's not bad advice. It's really good to take a moment and pause and assess a situation before reacting. Giving yourself a moment can allow you the opportunity to accurately assess a situation. Sometimes when emotions take over in the heat of a moment, it's difficult to react appropriately. And sometimes when things have been said and done, it can make things worse, and there's not always a way to take them back. So be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of how it's making you feel, but take a moment to acknowledge those feelings before you react. Mindfulness is also something that doesn't come naturally. I wish there was a magic wand that I could give you that could make this all come naturally. But as with everything in life, there is a little bit of work involved. But mindfulness is an easier one. Again, this is something that's really useful to practice before you need it. Take a few moments in your day to just focus on you, focus on your breathing. Take time just to be present with yourself. You can opt to use guided meditations, but this isn't always completely necessary. Practicing and learning to calm yourself and your breathing can become really useful when you do find yourself in a stressful or tense situation. If you have practiced and learned the ability to calm and ground yourself, it will be much easier to call on these skills when you need them. So in terms of mental resilience, mindfulness would fall under the category of being able to maintain a stable mental state in the face of challenges. The next strategy I want to give you is reframing negative thoughts. Our mindset plays a huge role in how we perceive and react to challenges and difficulties in our lives. When we face a challenge in life, it's really easy to fall into a spiral of negative thinking, and this does absolutely nothing to help the situation. In fact, all it's likely to do is exacerbate the stress and anxiety we are already experiencing. And reframing negative thoughts is not simply about turning a negative thought into a positive thought. It's a little bit more nuanced than that. Once again, there's no magic wand to teach you how to reframe your thoughts. It does take practice. And initially, a simple negative to positive could be a good way to get a grasp of how to do it. Once you've mastered the basic negative to positive, we can add in the constructive aspect. It would be something like this. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you would say, this is challenging, but I can break it down into smaller steps. Or this is challenging, but I can take it one step at a time. This is now opening your mind to active, constructive steps that you can take in order to overcome the challenge. When you tell yourself, I can't do this, you have made a decision. It is a definitive, you have drawn a line in the sand, there is no getting past this. But when you reframe for yourself and add possibilities, you're wiping out that line on the sand and giving your mind the option to explore the options that are available to you. In terms of the aspects of mental resilience, I would put reframing negative thoughts under the ability to overcome difficulties. Reframing negative thoughts is a really quick way to change your mindset and move forward after facing a challenge. Another powerful strategy in developing and strengthening your mental resilience is maintaining a routine. During times of uncertainty and when we're facing challenges, our day-to-day routine is often disrupted. This leads to a lot of unwanted stress because of the feeling of instability in our lives. By having an existing and stable routine, you're giving yourself a point zero of sorts, a normal state that you can return to help maintain stability in your life. Being able to have this set routine to return to, whether it's a scheduled wake-up time, scheduled meal times, set exercise or work times during your day, having that as a point of reference to return to when you're feeling things are not stable in your life can be really grounding and helpful. I think in terms of the different categories that I've discussed, bouncing back is probably one of the hardest things to do. We really can let ourselves get bogged down by challenges. So something as simple as having a routine is a really good place to help yourself move forward and bounce back after facing those challenges. There are so many more strategies I could share with you, but all of us have such personal challenges and unique journeys that not everything is going to work for everyone. I've intentionally picked these strategies today because I think that they're the easiest for us to implement on our own at home with very little professional intervention or assistance. Because we're all so unique and there's not a one-size-fits-all solution, this is where one-on-one coaching and help can become really important. If these strategies aren't working for you, a coach can help you design a specific program according to your strengths, weaknesses, and personal circumstances in order to help you overcome your challenges and develop your own personal brand of resilience. I'm referring to resilience as a personal brand here because resilience is one of those things that does not look the same for everyone. We are all walking such unique journeys and have such unique perspectives of the world. There's not a one-size-fits-all that will work for everyone. So in summary, while we can't control the challenges that come at us in life, We can control how we respond to them, and building our resilience is one of the best ways that we can prepare ourselves in order to overcome life's challenges. I hope you found today's discussion on mental resilience helpful. If you did, please share it with someone who you think may benefit from learning about how to develop their own mental resilience. And remember, mental resilience is not something that you either have or you don't. It's a skill that all of us have the ability to learn with a little bit of time and effort. Start by working on the strategies I've discussed today, but please do feel free to reach out to me if you need a more personalized approach to developing your resilience. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss one of my future episodes. Once again, a huge thank you to all of you who do watch my videos every week. I appreciate your love and support more than I can put into words. If you have any questions about mental resilience or any topics you would like me to cover in future videos, please do let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you all next week.